070707, and welcome everybody to Frameshift Live number 31. I am
your age.
more like, well, I was going to say my waistline, but said it's nowhere near 31. Double that and we'd be closer. But welcome to Frameshift Live episode number 31, where we talk about all things Elite Dangerous news in-game and development-wise. I'm Arthur, one of the community here at Frontier, and I'm joined by the wonderful, amazing, awesome, incredible...
Oh my gosh.
Sally Morgan Moore, welcome.
Hello, Arthur. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for,
Good.
as always, putting together an incredible show, and it is quite a bumper-packed show we've got for you this month. However, before we get into the main show, there is something I do want to talk about quickly. Everybody here at Frontier is, of course, very shocked and saddened by the sudden loss of Michael Brooks. Michael was a friend and colleague to many here at Frontier, and obviously the news was a shock to everyone, as I'm sure it was to some of the people that knew him from the community. So please bear with us whilst we deal with this information and news. As I said, it affects quite a few people here, not just on Elite Dangerous, but on many of the projects that Michael touched. So it's very, very sad news, and our love goes out to all of his friends and his family. So moving on, because it's not easy news to talk about, but we will move on from it. Obviously, today's show, as I mentioned earlier on, is quite a bumper show. So we've got two special guests today.
Yeah. I might have said one again before.
Did you?
And then every time it comes in with a two. I might have done two.
Like gremlins, we just poured some water on them and they've multiplied.
Fed them after
So
midnight.
we now have two special guests that are joining us later on. We are talking some juicy insights in Update 15, which is obviously out and about, and people are flying around the Titan having a look, see what's going on.
Yeah.
We've got some new drops that we'll come along to. We've got some fun and games, some prizes to be won. I know you probably can't see these camouflaged controllers, but there are the controllers, headsets. What even are they? I can't see because the image is camouflaged.
Who knows?
We're going to rinse this joke to death, by the way, chat. So
We got more where that came from.
Yeah. So we will be talking about giving away some cool prizes. There'll be a little competition that's going on, but we should really, I think, Sally, say 07 to some of the people in the chat, because we're always remiss for doing this because the chat goes really quickly. So, producer Adam, for the sake of my old man eyes, can we slow the chat down and enhance?
You can have a little look in here.
I mean, it's going even faster there, Sally.
I know.
Okay, so I mean, not that much. I mean, he's now got it to font size 8 million. I mean, I can't even read now, just a single digit letter. That size is good, Adam. Adam, stop now. Right. Okay, good. There we go. Right. So, Breaker of Worlds 07, SG Tanks 02, 07, Commander Alexa 07, Quadler, Saref, the Yeti, BCL V4,
I can
BFG.
see Dom Corner.
Is Dom in there? Is he? 07 Dom.
Little Vidian.
There we go.
Last Splatter. I like that name. It's good.
Interesting.
07 Titan 71, 07 Wardroid 303.
Someone there from YouTube just saying, it was Mr. something. Scroll up.
I'm going to find someone from YouTube.
I just saw them.
Right
Adam
now.
can't see. It's going too fast. There's a lot of 07s. Who was it?
Tia.
Yes, Tia. Thank you for joining.
you.
We can see
Found
YouTube
you.
chat. Livewire. Thank you for joining us. 07 Odin's Fox. There's lots of you in.
Oh, Armando Perez on YouTube. 07 from Miami.
Oh, wow. What time is it in Miami?
Yeah.
And also, that's a really cool place to be 07ing from. I mean, no, I mean, it's wrong. Cambridge is fantastic, but it's not really Miami, is it?
No, we've got kind of Miami weather vibes going on.
Well, for us, I mean, I don't
No,
think
yeah.
anyone in Miami is going to think this is hot, but for us, it's 25 degrees, which is, whew,
Thailand
scorchio. My poor egg is on fire. Right, so 07 to all of you for joining. Thank you so much, as always, for showing us the love every month. It means a lot to Sally, I, and the whole team. But before we get on, we should probably talk about Twitch drops because we've got loads to give away.
More Twitch drops.
I know. This is a bit of a challenge for us, isn't it? Doing this because there's a lot of it.
There's always a caveat at the start. I mean, people that are with us every week, you know what happens. We get this bit wrong.
Yeah.
But for those of you who are fresh to join, maybe we'll get it right one day. But yes, Twitch drops are provided every stream until we tell you otherwise. For this stream, you have got your purple Twitch drops. If you have never received any purple Twitch drops before from us and you're new here on the official Elite Dangerous channel, you can get the Ancestral Tattoo Pack plus the purple flight suit, the Explorer nameplate pack and the purple SRV, and the Passenger nameplate pack, that's after 30 minutes, and the Wings nameplate pack after 45. So it goes 15 minutes, 20 minutes. 30 minutes and 45 minutes
Yeah.
for each of those tiers of purple drops.
So every
They
month.
showered you.
Yes. So every month, if you watch the show, you're guaranteed to get you'll get everything because the show's roughly about 2 hours
Yeah.
long, possibly a little bit short, possibly a little bit longer. To get all the purple pack is basically watch for 45 minutes and you get all the
you
purple
get
stuff.
the whole shebang.
But Sally,
Can't wait, there's more.
there's more.
Seasonal paint jobs. Last month.
Last month.
We weren't here last week. You had the spring paint jobs. Now it's really hot outside. It's summer.
I
so
can't
we've
wait
got
for
some
this.
Summer paint jobs.
I can't wait for this.
Here they are.
A, because this paint job is so nice.
Yeah.
But B, because the two ships you're getting this for, you've got the Anaconda.
So I did this next one. Wonder why I did the next one. I did have the choice of two of the ships.
You picked wisely because look at the ship. It's a thing of
Steady.
absolute beauty. Sorry, chat, I was shouting. The Chieftain, the greatest ship in the game. There it is, and that is why. Look at it,
Yeah.
majestic. She's beautiful. She's sleek. She can't jump very far, admittedly, but she's got it where it counts.
That's a bit like me. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Enough about Sally. Let's move on to the Chieftain.
Yeah, relatable. But yeah, so you can get the Anaconda in solar flare.
I saw that face. I know I get the Anaconda mixed up. I missed the internal gag there. I could have just said, look at the Corvette, because I always get them too confused. Look, I only care about the Chieftain. All right.
Yeah, so you can get it in the Anaconda and the Chieftain. These are the solar ray. Sorry, I did say solar flare because I was thinking of more scientific.
Yeah. Solar ray is just a friend.
Solar ray. Yes.
Anywho.
They also, I was thinking as well, the Anaconda, just the angle of it looks a little bit like a watermelon, but an orange one.
I'm sorry. Can we have a look at the watermelon?
It's a bit stretchy watermelon. You know the ones the really long ones.
I'm not aware of any really long watermelons,
You
but
do them.
if I'll be sure to be on the lookout for a really
Yeah.
long watermelon in the future. Thanks, Sally.
Orange ones.
Orange watermelons. You don't mean pumpkins,
Yeah.
do you?
Oh, yeah. It's a bit like a pumpkin.
You know those orange watermelons? You mean pumpkins, Sally?
Yeah.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
looks like one of those. It looks like it's some sort of
the
gourd.
winter watermelon.
The winter.
There's more.
There's more.
We
15 minutes to get those, right, though?
today.
For those ones? There's
Yes,
15 minutes.
absolutely.
And you'll earn those.
15 minutes. You'll get the first one, and then 15 minutes you'll get the other one. So I'm sure which order it goes in. Anaconda first?
We don't know.
Chieftain.
It's almost like we
Chieftain
don't.
first.
Adam's literally crying in the corner. He's like, can you just, for once, read the notes that I submit to you after? Look, just watch the show, you'll get the drops, basically.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right.
Oh, they drop at the same time.
Yeah, I think so. It's 15 minutes. You get
Cool.
both. You get both. There you go. So after the finish, we're 14 minutes in now. So
Probably go.
in a minute's time, if you're watching from the clock, you'll be getting them.
Yeah, so also last month we announced that there were new partner drops, and those were those really funky, light-changing snake
Snakes like a
wraps.
cobra on the thing, wasn't it? Is it a cobra or?
Snake wraps, paint jobs. There they are.
It's not a cobra. It's a snake. A snake.
A snake.
A snake. It's a snake.
It's been quite a week.
Right, it has been it's been a longer. It's been a long week. Yeah.
So these will be available until the end of the stream, and then they're going away.
Yep.
So these are your last chances to get these. You won't be able to get the Cobra one though, because that was exclusive. Well, you may be able to if you're watching one of our partner streams, but that one was unique to partners. On this stream, you'll get the other ones, just for every 30 minutes of your viewing time. So that's a lot of paint jobs. I hope you enjoy the paint jobs.
All right, and then next up on the list is I'm just reading because I've been given an update on this one, so I can.
Which one?
This part.
Oh, nice.
So I don't know if you want to start it, and I can go through some bits in here. But
Partner program.
yes, the partner program. So if you're not aware of this, obviously there is I don't know the exact number now. It's quite a few people actually are part of the content creators are out there making some fantastic
we got
content
lots
on
now.
Elite Dangerous, and people are applying, and it's great to see so many people applying for the partner program. We'll be reopening this again. It's a few months' time. I think it's
Soon.
Yeah, it's every 3 months, 4 months. I think it's every quarter, so every 3 months.
Yes.
A couple of things I just want to bring up on the partner program, because we do get a huge number of people that apply for this. We were aware of an issue where had you applied previously and not been successful, then reapplied, that second application had been sort of lost into the ether. That has been resolved, and if you have reapplied since then, we will be reaching out and contacting those people that have. So again, apologies for all those people that are reaching out to us that had that issue. And the second thing I just want to point out that obviously the content creator program is designed really to spread the incredible sort of creations and work that a lot of you do out there, like the videos making or the YouTube content or your Twitch streams that are really engaging. And we do get a lot of people sort of requesting that perhaps run amazing sort of endeavors, maybe a website or a third-party tool, and absolutely want to find a way to support you. But the partner program is literally fundamentally designed around content creation, because that's how we can support it, and that's the tools it provides us to provide you. So they only kind of work with YouTube and Twitch. So that's not to say we can't find a way, and we've listened like we always do, we're always listening. So perhaps there's something we can do in the future to support or promote maybe some of those third-party sites and tools going forward, and that's absolutely something I will take away and have a look at. But just want to make sure that I don't want you to feel like you're being overlooked, but that program is specifically for content creators, and I hope that makes sense. And it's not just me waffling on, but I think it's kind of where I want to be with it.
It does make sense, but it doesn't, obviously, as you say, it doesn't invalidate the work that's done extra to content creation.
Yeah.
Such as the third-party sites.
So there we go. So that's, I guess, some of the bits to start with. We've still got so much more to do, Sally.
Yeah, should we mention the streams schedule?
Yeah, we can do.
Just like.
So obviously we've moved to monthly, right? But there's more.
Yes, we are going to be streaming once a month, but they may not be, throw some curveballs, every 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So there'll be a stream every month. We already have planned when we're going to stream, and all the way up until Christmas, which is fantastic. So
let's be fair, we didn't, you did, Sally. Sally planned, because Sally's very much.
I had to make sure the days you weren't doing your hair, and so
the head shine days are very important for me.
Some collaboration. Good noise. Oh no, that made me laugh.
Sorry.
So, start of next week, we will put this schedule out there so that you can see exactly, put them in your calendar.
Yeah.
And we can even try and represent this well on Twitch as well.
Yes. So again, please just understand that we're doing this because when we looked at this, planning this out, it's mainly for producer Adam's sanity, so he understands. There's a lot of streams that go on at Frontier. A lot of teams do some great streams that they go ahead, but we had to lay out where things laid, and the up and coming streams we've got across all of our titles. So we literally laid this out. We're always going to do one a month. And we just want to make sure we're not clashing with people. So please just understand that's why we've laid this out, and why it's not like exactly every 4 weeks. Some weeks it might even be 3 weeks apart, because it's just the way it fits. I'm not sure, I haven't seen all of it. But
it does.
But it's just, we want you to be able to see where it's at. So that will come on Monday. Do we say Monday?
Let's do Monday.
Let's do Monday.
Why not?
Monday, that post will go out, just so you've had a look. See. Yes. All right. So that's that. So now we have some in-game news. I say some, it's a little bit actually.
There is a
fair bit. So I will go through something you might have just seen that's going out in the forum. Back at the start of the year, I think it might have been March. Please don't definitely quote me on this. I'm fairly certain it was March. We talked about explaining how we're going to be making sure that when you purchase Elite Dangerous, that it installs the correct version. And that obviously comes with the fact that we have a live and a legacy version of Elite Dangerous. And obviously, at the moment, what currently happens if you purchase Elite Dangerous, it will install, because that's how it was designed originally, it will install the legacy version. And obviously we want it to be the live game, because that's the game that's got all the updates that are coming into it, and the story, etc, etc, etc. So on Monday, for people that are using Elite Dangerous on Steam, we're going to be running a small update, which basically flips that around to ensure that when you click install on Elite Dangerous, it defaults to the live version. Now, for one time only, there will be some changes that will affect some of our players. So if you have Elite Dangerous live version installed or Odyssey installed, and you click the update or install button, I'm not very technical, but when this happens, what will probably happen is it will verify your files, and there'll be really not much else will happen. However, if you're a legacy player or you have legacy installed, what it will do, because of just the way the switch works, it will uninstall legacy and reinstall and install live, because it's now making live the default version. There's nothing to stop you then after that, if you don't want to have live installed and you only want to play in legacy, to uninstall live and reinstall legacy, and that'll be the only time you have to do it. Any updates we have after that, it will basically reset its clock, sort of thing, so it will know what is the default version. But just to be aware, that will be coming on Monday. We have an estimated window in the morning. I think it's about 11 a.m, but we'll probably confirm that on the time. We will always keep up to date, but yes, that's coming. So go to the forum. There is a post on the forum. So do we have an exclamation mark for it?
I sent the link really in hot. Hey, there he goes. Adam's got you a link there.
There we go. Someone's asking a question about the start systems again. I need to check this actually because this came at the last stream and I've been super busy. I will have a.
The what?
I think someone's saying the start systems aren't the same for commanders anymore, which I wasn't aware has changed. But
yeah, we saw that.
Can you make a note for me just to chase that? I will check that for you and come back. I really do apologise. I did say it at last stream and it just in one ear, out the other, and I do apologise, but I will go and check about the start systems for new players. All right, so just to recap on that, so the default download for Elite Dangerous, that's swapping over on Monday, but that's only for people playing on Steam. Okay.
Sorry, I just made a very funny noise.
You made a funny noise?
I hope nobody heard that.
Well, I didn't, but now you've drawn attention to it. What did it sound like, Sally? What was it for? What were you doing? Good.
I'm sorry. I was concentrating, and that was
that concentration noise.
That's fine. Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
So, what? Oh, now this is good.
What's that?
Next bit.
Oh yeah.
We have a window for update 16. Update 16 is coming, everybody, and we are going to tell you here live on stream that we are targeting the first week in August for update 16. We obviously have more to tell you about that later.
Yeah, maybe a little sneaky peek.
I mean, we're not even into July yet, and we have a little window for you already, which is very nice.
Yeah. So props to the development team. They're working really hard on this, and you know they do work tirelessly on all this sort of stuff. And we've got a couple of the guys joining us later on. But yes, update 16 due for the first week in August. And of course, when we get nearer the time, we'll have a list of sort of update notes and stuff like that that will follow. The usual shenanigans will ensue.
They will.
We will have the release schedule come out. We'll try and get you as much information ahead of time. And then when we go offline to do the update, we'll give you the patch notes, as is we always do.
And not only that, we appreciate your actually slightly off-piste in that we have been doing some little updates in between from the team that have been addressing issues here and there, primarily focused on stability. And the team really do aim to get more of these out to you. And we just appreciate the feedback that you've been giving on those, and that you've been appreciating them, making good use of them, obviously. So that's good. Glad they're working out for you. So the team are looking into more of those.
Yeah.
Looking into one for between update 16 and 17.
Update what, Sally?
Update 16.
Update what, Sally? Did you say update 17? Have we ever mentioned 17 before?
But update 17 is coming.
It is coming.
And we don't have the dates to share with you just yet, but we can confirm that it is coming.
Yeah, there will be update 17.
Yeah, shocking reveal.
Shocking.
We ought to have like a little buzzer.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, one of those.
Yeah. So,
anyway,
just to recap on a serious note, we're aware that obviously the stability patch that went out in between just after 15 was really well received. Something we would like to do more, and we do want to do more of that. It's not something we were ever trying to shy away from. So we're looking into it, and of course, if we can do it between 16 and 17, we will do it if it's possible. So there we go. But yes. Big news there, 17 is on the horizon also. Who knows what it might contain?
Who knows what it might contain?
But talking about the stability patch, we got some key fixes that came in, right? Unless you had more to say. But
No. I mean, I guess a lot of you will have already seen.
Drank water, Sally, sorry. I went to drink.
Do you want some more? Shall I just go?
No.
Do you want to go and be right back? No. So, yes, update 15.02 was one of those said fixes.
What a sexy name.
0.2.
Hey? 15.0, what a sexy name that is.
We ought to have little names for them after that.
We can't because do you know what, the team will kill us because they work so. We need to be systematic.
You have
but
to.
I mean,
no, we have to be sensible. Fine.
Update 15.02.
Fine, we have to be sensible.
It's my favourite of all the updates.
Yeah. So this one. There were some things like the rotational correction went in. That was celebrated, much celebrated. We're very pleased that you were grateful for that one. And fix for players not being able to plot a route to settlement ports through the POI panel in the UI. Pulse wave scanner analyzer wasn't highlighting high resource asteroids in range correctly. there are some times when we're in meetings.
We have a celebratory biscuit when we hear stuff like this.
You know, the dev team they're very serious and rightly so. And
but when they crack something that's been bugging them for ages, excuse the pun.
You can see me and Arthur just going and doing a bit of this. So that was a good one. And more. But I mean, if you want to, I'm sure you've seen the notes already, but if you want to see them, it's !U1502. And that will take you for a recap on what was in update 15.02.
Yes. And there's more. I mean, there's updates for 15.01.
Yeah,
and we can go into it, but there's there's a link in there as well if you want it, and it's !U501.
Yeah.
So that's the updates that have gone in. There's some highlights in there, but also more detailed patch notes and that you can find on the forums.
Yes.
So that's kind of. And then we're going to come back and touch on update 16 a little later on, with maybe a little sneaky peek at something. But I guess we should go into Galnet and have a look at the Galnet stuff, which means.
I hopefully the audio played and it wasn't just me talking over the top. Yeah.
Did we hear audio? We didn't hear that chat. We missed. I feel hard done by because our producer always lets us enjoy our moment of Super Cruise News Sting. Can we play it again so we can hear it?
No,
get nothing. Get absolutely nothing out here, Adam.
I know.
Can't work it. Honestly, I can't work in these conditions, darling.
I like how the commanders will have heard that 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
We were the only ones that heard it once. But we still celebrated regardless.
Yeah.
So
it's the moment we like. It's the moment we like.
Gotta have fun with this.
It is. Do you want me to start, Sally, or do you want me to read through them? I'm quite happy either or whatever you would like.
You do it much quicker than me.
Do
That's
I?
not a dig or anything.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing? But I'll go first. All right. So on the 8th of the 6th, 3309, Alliance offers amnesty for Far God cultists. So the Alliance Assembly has submitted an appeal for clemency to Federal Congress for the followers of the Order of the Far God. The Thargoid worshipping faith was outlawed by the Federation in October of 3308 after a failed initiative in a Poponita system to outfit a megaship named the Decadent. Every member of the True Chapters sect on board was arrested and stripped of citizenship, with FIA agents rounding up known collaborators in the subsequent days. This was in accordance with the federal constitution, which forbids supporting enemies of the state, which the Thargoids are legally classified as.
Enemies of the state.
And then on the 9th of the 6th, 3309, Azimuth, good guys, refocuses on the Titan research. So studying the Thargoid Titans has become the priority for Azimuth Biotech, I'm sure it has, which is keen to learn more about these alien motherships. Director Xavier Rosu? Yeah, head of the corporation's bioscience division, was interviewed by the tech industry ICE channel on-off switch. And they said the Thargoid Titan presents us with a range of exciting unknowns. Do you know what? Whenever I hear scientists say stuff like this, I'm always like, does it?
Well,
it's exciting. What technologies were involved in their construction? We do not know. What exactly is a Titan's hull comprised of? We can't tell you. How do the glowing openings on its superstructure work? We are not certain. Do they perform the same function as our docking bays? We can only speculate.
Is that the custard?
Oh, don't encourage them, Sally.
I think that's the custard. They didn't use the term custard, though, did they?
They did not use the term custard pot.
It's a scientific term. So, are they real scientists? Who knows? They're asking a lot of questions, so are we. It's like, ooh.
All right, and then on the 12th of the 6th, 3309, the Far God deportation program approved. So the 12th of the 6th, 3309, the Federation has agreed to the expulsion of all adherents of the Order of the Far God to the Alliance. President Zachary Hudson, legitimate President Zachary Hudson, issued a statement alongside the government decision. Any ideology that worships the Thargoids is destructive and treasonous, especially now we are at war with that species. I believe that rather than waste taxpayers' money keeping these deluded individuals incarcerated, the Federation is better off without them.
Oh, he's an aggressive man, isn't he?
He's legitimately installed as, he's been voted for so many times legitimately, and obviously elections and such. He's a good guy.
It's all politics, isn't
Anyways, stuff's going on in the galaxy. Please pay attention to the Galnet news. Obviously, the Thargoid War is in full swing. However,
I'm going to do an Arthur told me.
oh,
I'm really excited for what's coming in. Like, I can feel something. And that's all I'm saying.
is something
I
on the
had
chair?
to get it out myself.
So what is it? It's not a clothes peg, is it? Because I found one of those in my trousers.
Arthur had a clothes peg fall down his trousers.
Yep. That's a true story. Happened today. Sat down and I was like, something is biting my leg, and then I realised I had a clothes peg that I've been wearing. But
Anyway.
I do want to just on the touching on the Thargoid War. I do want to say a big congratulations to all the commanders out there fighting the good fight.
Oh my goodness.
Because I think it's now 50 systems in the plus. Actually, we looked at this.
Can anyone update us actually in the chat with this at the moment? Because we were tracking this last week.
Yeah. You're starting to. I don't want to say the word. I don't say win.
No.
Don't want to say win.
But there has been quite a thing, hasn't there?
I'm going to have to go into my box of Palpatine gifts, and I'm not happy because you're starting to win. So I'm going to have to have a look, see what I can rummage around in there and see what I can pull out. But it's a concerted effort. You're doing a really good job. You are starting to turn the tide. It started. Remember that 1 week? It started with like
systems on last.
There we go. Last
cycle,
cycle,
right?
amazing. I wouldn't dispute that.
No.
But I remember when we had the first turnaround. Like the first time it was a +10, and now we're a month later it's +89. So you're starting to work through. You're starting to work on concerted efforts. I think. Obviously, the change of the UI have helped as allowed commanders to sort of target systems that can be flipped. So, well done, well done.
Great work.
Right. So, also, welcome. If you just joined us to the show, welcome to Elite Dangerous. This is our Frameshift Live, our monthly show. We talk all things Elite. We will do a recap at the end. We talk about game news and community news. Speaking of which, we do have some community news.
Do we get the jingle that takes us out again?
Oh. We do.
Hey, community.
Hey, community. And that's it. Welcome to the community section of Frameshift Live.
That's a good sting.
What's that?
Hey.
Hey, what are you, the Fonz?
Community.
Fonz. Hey.
We got some nice stuff.
We have always get some nice stuff from the community. Do you want to kick us off?
Yeah. Noticed that always the ever-present Stellarium are on a new exploration. I think this was last week. It all rolls into one. But this program consists of a very long-distance exploration with the aim of discovering and exploring both known and unknown worlds. The Stellarium will keep you informed of its news. You can follow them on Twitter. Everyone knows that I'm a little bit of a fangirl. We feature the Stellarium a lot.
No, do we?
I just love it. I love people.
You?
I do. Like, always going on great adventures.
Yeah.
I'm a massive fan. I also want to apologise because I really wanted to join the last one, and I kept saying, "I'll see you there. I'm going to meet you there. I'll meet you at that one." I didn't turn up to any of them, and and that wasn't because
You're like Dalton Chase. Oh, I'll be there. Oh yeah, you get in that mega ship and go.
I am.
Yeah, and then just don't turn up.
Oh no.
Just
See,
saying.
he's worn off on me. That guy.
Yeah, you go. See.
We can come off this screen now. I don't know if you like.
Sally Chase.
I did want to be at one point.
We knew, Sally. We knew.
I was really. I was into Dalton. But yeah. So yeah. Again, if you have any exploration vibes going on,
please let us know.
let us know.
Yep.
We do aim to update the community calendar as often as we can, and also do very much apologise when we're a little bit behind with that. It can happen.
Yeah.
So we'll do our best to keep up to speed on it. So the next one, we haven't done something like this for a little while. Do you remember when we used to share like Lego?
That was Zach's little.
Yeah.
Do you remember Zach?
It
Remember
feels
Zach?
like a different show.
But
Zach.
yeah, Zach used to. I remember.
We've had a few Zachs.
He was about 7 years old.
Yeah.
I'm sure he was.
Ah, that young lad.
Do you remember it was
The one that was younger than Bruce.
the work experience? No, I'm joking. Zach.
No.
Zach is wonderful.
Yeah, he is doing an amazing work.
But he always used to pick Lego.
Oh.
Always used to love Lego. But
Anyway,
we have.
we have. It's not Lego, But it is a little.
not.
It was a little model that stuff by Nick Webb made.
There we go.
How
It's
cool
not
is
that plastic brick company at all.
No.
Sorry,
Oh,
what? I don't know. Made me say
no.
that.
Can we say that?
I don't know.
Well,
Who
it's
knows?
a bit late now, isn't it?
Who knows what I can and can't say anymore? I don't know.
I mean, yeah. But
Allegedly. I'll just say allegedly in front of everything. Allegedly.
It's actually really nice to show something like this off.
But also the way
after a while.
the asset's great as well.
Yeah,
Like, this is a
I know.
really cool asset.
It's great. It's great. It's rusting stick.
I do like that all 4 tons of cargo can fit inside. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure it's scaled 4 tons, unless it's making it out of like something heavier than mercury, and we can get 4 tons that small. But sure.
Yeah. No, it's cool. It's cute. And yeah, if it, again, hashtag Elite Dangerous on social channels. If you want to share more of that sort of stuff with us, it's so good. I
Yeah,
love it.
love
I love
it.
it. It feels like old times. It feels
Yes.
like old school when you're making that kind of stuff. So that's nice.
But it's a nice segue, really, from that scarab to Sally.
Oh, more buckyball stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, coincided very nicely with this stream, running until finally we can actually talk about one where it's still running.
Yeah.
Because we tend to,
We miss
sorry,
it.
Alec. We sometimes, we're like, well, this happened last week. This is still happening, thank gosh, until the 18th of June, and it is tunnelish vision. With thyroids continuing to cause havoc, it's been decided that the infrastructure across the bubble needs to be surveyed and checked for damage and general spaceworthiness. Don't we have start and finish on the pad at, oh no, I can't actually pronounce
Gensler?
some of this stuff.
I'm going to say Gensler Station in the
We've got a
Finge
video
system.
as well, haven't we?
Yeah. So I'm sure we have this, I think it's called
Adam.
Tunnel Vision,
Yeah, we do.
or Tunnelish Vision, I think it's called.
Tunnelish vision. Sorry, wait, it is happening. Is it? Are we still talking? Oh yes. Yes, we are.
Nothing but professional here. Adam, is there audio on the video as well? Okay, we'll shut up.
Welcome to this Imperial facility. We are delighted to receive you.
Rotational correction disabled.
LAC Sierra Golf Uniform. Welcome to our starboard, Commander. Please fly safely within the port perimeter.
Rotational correction enabled. Rotational correction disabled. Scan detected.
Amazing.
So good, so good. And I believe Osric posted a link to the forums where you can read all about it. Alec posts a lot of the standings as well and the times and stuff. My attention is drawn to our guest who is actually been doing this, haven't you, Tom? I shouldn't really talk to you. We're talking about the booking ball thing, but we can talk about that later on. But
We're giving away our guests as well.
No, I'm being renegade today. As Alex says here, is it Gers? I'm very terrible at this name. Is doing this one. And it came in a little bit hot, but I do want to share it anyway. Alex sent me a video of it being done by Skur. Now, where is it now? A video of doing the Coriolis Trench Run in reverse, which earns you a 110-second bonus. Adam does have the link to it.
Yeah, it's worth watching.
I'm so sorry we're not playing it live, but I did still really... There we go.
There we go. Have a look at that.
And it is incredible, as Alec was like, it's an incredible stunt, and it is like, it absolutely is. So thank you, Alec, as always, for keeping us in posted with how this is going, because, you know, it's awesome. We love it.
Yeah, it's really cool. We love seeing sort of stuff, love seeing the way players interact with the Galaxy.
Like how?
Yeah, and how good you are at this.
Yeah. So good.
Yes, very good.
Thank you, Ozzy, for sharing that again as well. I just can't wait to see what you're going to do next. Every time is a treat.
Something incredibly dangerous, I'd imagine.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, Tunnelish.
Tunnelish Vision. There we go.
Head on over to the forums to find out more. So I would say we should probably actually let's move on to HCS.
I'm going to follow your lead, Sally, because as always, just to be clear in this chat, Sally has done all the hard work. I'm sat here reading all Sally's notes, being like, oh yeah, I know exactly what's coming up next. Literally scrolling down, being like, that's what's coming next.
No, we're all good. We will. So we mentioned HCS and their latest packs actually very briefly last stream, because that was also a bumper show. But we'd like to go into a little bit more detail on some of the cool stuff that has been coming out with them recently. So since the last Frontier live stream, HCS voice packs have released not one but two new voice packs. First one was Nova by the legendary Gates McFadden, who some people might know from Star Trek TNG. I actually don't.
You don't know Beverly Crusher?
No. Oh no, everyone's shaking their head at me. I'm not much of a Trekkie. I mean,
admittedly, it's not the same series as the Prince.
No,
William Shatner was in.
Watch it then.
Yeah, well, that's the greatest
so I don't
series.
really know anymore.
Also, Strangely World starts today, so watch that. It's a great show. Anyways,
yeah.
But,
so of course.
Gates McFadden.
Yes.
Incredible voice.
Yes. Yeah.
Good actor.
So we can actually play the demo. Nova demo.
Let's do it.
Are you ready to deploy the SRV?
I am.
Acknowledged. Stand by. Deploying. The Guardians were a technologically advanced humanoid race that colonized an area of the Orion Arm before humans mastered interstellar travel. They were a strongly communal society arranged in cooperative city-states. They used a system of monoliths to share information between settlements many light years apart. The Guardians had a strong spiritual connection to their environment and carefully managed their impact on the world around them, maintaining a connection to their pack hunter origins. They were highly adept at genetic manipulation and used this to modify both themselves and their environment to improve quality of life.
Sounds incredible.
She does.
As
I will learn more.
All of the packs do from HCS. But also, I need to apologise actually on stream to Adam, because I literally just said to Adam, fade that out, like he doesn't know how to do his own job. And I'm ashamed of myself, chat. So I'm going to take the abuse that I should actually get for doing it. Adam, I apologise. I just never ever tell you how to do your job. So I'm sorry.
But there is another one as well. Callisto, performed by Anna Dimitriou, exceptionally talented, Lambda-trained voice actress and singer in one of the most polished performances that they've ever heard. Callisto is coming to the forthcoming Exobiology DLC alongside Brent Spiner's Vega voice. We do have a little demo of this as well.
Greetings, Commander. My designation is Callisto. I am known as Callisto. I've been around for many years, that's no secret. Mostly in the outer regions of the galaxy on exploration-type vessels. Quite boring on the whole. People like to speculate on how many centuries I've been out in the void and where I've been. Nowhere, really. There still remains plenty of rumor surrounding my origins, simply because I've not been replicated in many ships until more recently. Regardless, I do not have a story for you, and whatever you've heard is likely to be conjecture anyway. Just get used to hearing me say, classified, because wherever I've been, and for however long, is just irrelevant. Anyway, I hope that underlines everything for you. Now, what would you have me do today, Commander? I can get on with most things. I won't fly the ship for you unless we're landing or taking off. You'll be piloting because it's your ship. And that way, I won't get the blame when things go sideways. Power management, weapons, targeting, plotting courses, all that I can help you with. I can even assist with almost everything else you can't be bothered with, too. That's what I'm designed for. I'll get along with you, if of course you're not a complete... Well, anyway, I'm sure we'll be just fine.
There we go. As always, the quality on those packs is incredible, and they have so many different voices as well. I mean, Orion's the one he's my favourite, obviously, because it's William Shatner. I don't know if you know this, but I'm a real big fan of William Shatner.
Forever emblazoned from the Christmas tree.
I honestly still moves me to this day. It's on my phone. I actually went through and paid it back to myself.
That's a lovely Revenant.
Anyways, from the wonderful creation of HCS2, the wonderful creations from our commanders in the Stellar screenshots.
Yes,
so,
Stellar screenshot.
Full disclosure, I've not had a chance to see any of these this week, so I'm going to have a look. But Sally, what is Stellar screenshots and how do we enter? And what are the prizes? And what's your favourite colour? And how many questions can I ask you in 10 seconds?
Pink.
I wouldn't know it's pink.
So Stellar screenshots is our weekly social media and the forums also competition to win a special paint job, a Shatter paint job. Not a Shatner paint job.
I mean,
you'd love that, wouldn't you?
Well, I mean, you couldn't give that away. You'd have to charge. You'd have to charge just his face, just on the ship.
Yeah.
Or just like a collage of his face, just like all faces. Lots of William Shatner on the ship. You could make a ship shaped like William Shatner. What about if you put William Shatner's face on a Coriolis?
Should we do Stellar screenshots?
What about on the billboards?
Stellar screenshots
We should probably do Stellar screenshots.
It's going to happen now. Heather G is very patiently posting where you can submit your Stellar screenshots to whilst you were going off on your little monologue about Shatner paint jobs.
Just saying, there's an opportunity there.
That cost us a fortune. And
be worth it.
So
it's priceless.
You can use the hashtag Stellar screenshots, Twitter, forums, social media, and send in your most prized screenshots of our galaxy. Paul Crowther will usually go through them. If it's not Paul, then I'll do a secondary mediocre job, but Paul's the one that does the better job out of all of these.
He does an amazing job.
And he chooses these weekly, and these are then shown on Twitter in a little montage. And
sorry, I'm distracted. I'm being shown. I'm sorry. Pictures of William Shatner being shown to me off stream.
I'm trying.
It's like herding cats with us, isn't it, Sally? Anyway, Stellar screenshots. We've got some wonderful shots to show you. Let's have a look at this week's winners. This one, actually, I did see this on social. This, do you know what? Actually, it's weird for me sitting on the screen this far away because up close, this is such a great picture. The detail and the way they've used the camera tools to get this picture is just incredible. It's really, really cool.
Colin the Gnome.
Also the greatest name ever.
Yeah. Colin the Gnome.
Colin the Gnome. Fantastic shot there. Is that an asp? it is an asp, isn't it? Yeah.
Are you serious? I didn't even see it. I see.
There you go. See?
See, that's what I like the stellar screenshots like that, where you think that you're looking at the main thing, but actually,
It's sort of shot where the more you stare at it, the more you see.
Yeah.
So it's really cool. Yeah, nice, really nice shot. Well done, Commander Colin the Gnome. We should probably think about giving prizes for best names as well, but there's too many.
Best gnomes.
Best gnomes.
Nice.
Next. Wowza. This is great.
DK
DKO,
0
yeah.
or O.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's the same thing.
Yeah.
Nice.
What a shot. Again, this feels very retro, feels very like sort of 1970s, but like
Yeah.
this could be like, I don't know, on a David Bowie album cover or
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah.
Really, really cool shot.
Yeah.
Love it. It's sort of black and white.
Monotone.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Wonderful shot.
Excellent.
And really get the vibe of Elite right. Just that sort of
Scale.
scale. Yeah, you are
what it
a
is.
tiny thing in this
That's
galaxy.
what Halfeet 47 said. It makes you feel so small.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah, it's a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
The development team captured in Elite Dangerous. Amazing work. Small is the other one.
Oh, look.
There it is.
Oh my goodness! I just said Halfeet 47. Hello.
Yeah. There he is. 07. Well, what an amazing
yeah.
shot of the Titan and the custard pot.
Yeah.
Can't believe I said that. It's not the custard pot. All right. All
It's
right.
silly. Yeah.
But it's a wonderful shot just to get in. I mean, I don't know if you can actually see any. I could a full context chat. The screen is over there and it's quite small. Well, it is for this man's eyes. Can we make that full screen, producer Adam, just so I can see if we can
Just
spot?
enhance it that extra.
Is that a
4%
ship on the left?
size.
I can't see clearly. I don't think it is. I don't think you can even see the ship. In fairness,
Might
even if
be
it was
on the
there,
screen,
you
actually.
probably wouldn't be able to see it because it'd be tiny against that.
Anyway. Would you go in there?
There's so many things I could say there, Sally, and I'm going to skip over all of them and just say it's a great shot. I like the oranges and the yellows. It really does look like a great shot. Thank you. Let's move on. Next shot.
Do you want to bring us back? We don't need them that big. Thanks, man. Hi.
There we go.
Hello.
I mean, I'm
this-
sure this is the camera angle rather than someone doing a Michael Jackson on the side of
I was just about to say that. It reminds me of Annie. Are you okay? No.
the
it wasn't.
strong
Smooth
cast.
Criminal.
Strong cast on this commander.
Yeah.
Just there. It was a great shot though. This is. I'm trying to work it out.
Dutch. Yeah.
It's Dutch angle, wasn't it?
Chris Ghoster. Yeah. Dutch angle.
Dutch angle, Dutch tilt. Yep, it is that. Now, is this a commander on a relatively flat surface looking at a very close planet or moon? Or is this just. What is this? I don't know. Can't work this out.
Is this one of those two planets?
That's what I'm thinking. Is it when the two planets were colliding? Is this what we're looking at? Could be.
They were both landable, I think.
Commander, yeah, they both landable. I think they were because I watched the video. I think it was LC 4
Leading the charge on that one. Yeah.
had a time-lapse video. Between, and I know someone got stuck between the two planets. I love watching this sort of stuff. It's great. It's great fun. So maybe it is, but only Commander Colima Black will know the answer to what this picture is. But it's great.
By the way, that was Tom Kuehl. Adam doesn't have a voice. He only has a laugh.
No. Yeah.
He only communicates in laughter and nothing more.
It's quite hard to talk
was-
to Adam
that was Tom
actually, producer
Kuehl.
Adam. You know it's Tom because he's got a voice deeper than.
You know it's Tom because you can't shut him up.
He's
Anyway,
got told off.
The hand up at least.
we
He did
love
put his hand
Tom.
up. He did put his hand up.
We love Tom. That's why we love Tom.
Someone said that just jump at the right time. It's totally safe. I mean, that sounds not true,
No.
but okay. This
what
shot is
happens.
great.
Yeah.
Commander Krez Murray. This is a great shot of. This is obviously going inside a crater. I'm assuming because it looks like the way it's curving around. I'm assuming this
We
is.
have got a lot of angles going on.
There's a lot of things going on here. There's a lot of stuff at work. But it's a crate though, isn't it? No, it's not. It's not. I can tell the engine angle. That's an asp. From this, that's an asp, isn't it, chat? Sorry, I got really excited then because I recognised.
an asp. Oh my God.
I recognised the ship by the angle of its engines. It is the asp.
Well
there we
done.
go. What a shot! It's a really cool shot. You know what I like about this shot is the impression of speed you're getting out of this.
Yeah.
They're pulling like some speed around this crater. So it's a really cool shot.
Yeah.
Nice work, Commander Krez Murray.
Aussie.
There we go, Osric.
What's over there, Osric?
What are you pointing at?
What is it?
Danger. Danger.
Don't go in there.
It's a really cool shot.
Yeah.
I love the lighting in this as well.
Reminds me of Cambridge. So flat.
Sorry, I was going to say, does it?
No, I think the landscape.
Oh yes, the snowy scape that is Cambridge.
That's about as tall as the hills get over there.
Yeah,
that's
it's
what
like a
happens
billiard
when
table.
you find one. It's like, oh, look, slightly elevated terrain.
Yeah, look at that, a mound. Claim it.
Yeah.
A great shot. Again, very close proximity to another planetary body.
Yeah.
Whether it's the same two planets, I don't think it is, and this might be different, but it's very, very close. But who knows what Commander Osric is pointing at. But thank you for the shot, Oz. Always great to see.
Thanks, Paul.
Okay, Oz, I'm not even going to... Like, you've done all the good things I've said about Osric, I'm taking it all back.
Why?
I'm
What's
taking it
he
all
said?
back. It's William Shatner flying a crate. He wouldn't fly a crate. He wouldn't. He'd only fly a chieftain. And he'd only ask me to be his number one.
You
And that's it.
started him off.
Commander Tanith, this is wonderful.
Excellent.
We don't see so many of these at the minute because there's a lot of other stuff going on. But
Yeah.
these tenuous atmospheric planets, especially a ringed one as well, like is such a wonderful shot.
This is how I know when Paul speaks to me. He'll put one of these in
This
when
is
he
the Sally.
knows that there's a week.
Yeah.
And he'll be like, she'll see that. I like to think that's what he does. He doesn't do it often because you have to.
Fiery death.
Yeah.
Fiery death.
But then that's why I
Something
thought I'd
nice
say
for Sally.
transport
Fiery
just in
death.
case anyone. Yeah.
Yeah. But
This is lovely. I love an oxygen atmosphere.
yeah, wonderful, wonderful shot. Well done, Commander Tanith.
Yeah.
Can we have another stellar screenshot? Oh wow, this
Another
has
one
got
like-
to
yeah,
be.
it's
From
got- it
it's
has,
got to be
isn't
right.
it?
This has got to be from the two planets that are colliding. This is a great shot. A lot of love for the asp this week. I wonder if it's because people are I said asp.
I know.
I said asp with a P. All right.
Yeah.
Your mind out of the trash bin,
It
Sally.
wasn't. It was bloody.
But yeah, I wonder it's because people are jumping out to this planet and they're just using
It was
ships with
pretty
long range jump.
popular. It was pretty popular.
Yeah.
If it is that one, it's hard to tell.
I mean, it's pretty close regardless. But
Yeah.
this is. I love what's going on in
It's
this
just the
zone.
three as well.
Yeah,
but
it's
you've
like
got
you've got the gas giant in the distance, the ring gas giant, the planetary body here, and this one is. And they look all landable as well. The kit on the asp as well, which is the hazard kit, I think. I'm going to say it's a hazard kit on there. I can see elements of it on the side. Lovely shot. Lovely shot. Well done, Commander Terek Gabor.
Hey,
Wow.
Tosh Rauven. Lovely.
Rauven, this
Nice
is a
and
great
warm.
shot,
It
yeah.
feels like a warm shot. Also a nice, clean, traditional ship shot.
You had to say it slowly,
I
but
did.
well done.
Very precise.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really nice. Really, really good.
Yeah, it's really cool. Nice to see a yellow atmosphere as well. It's really, really nice.
Best
to see.
ship, says Closure Zero.
That's the.
Oh, come on, you were doing so well. Why would you put yourself in this situation?
It's
Tom,
the.
tell us what it is, Tom.
It's the.
The Empire one.
Empire Eagle, right?
Good. No.
No, Empire
Cutter. Or
Cutter, Clipper. It's the one that I don't get. Look, it's too sleek.
Eagle.
It's not. I don't know. Courier. Someone's saying courier. Look, I don't do Gutamaya.
No, you don't know. That's the thing. That's fine. Like, that's what. There are so many.
It's like if you put a
We
beluga and
know
a
what
dolphin
you
and stuff.
like.
I couldn't tell you.
And you don't. You're not into that.
If I just look at Anaconda, I'm like, definitely a Corvette.
Definitely a melon.
Definitely a winter watermelon.
Yeah, just gotta be a melon. Right, good.
but
This
great
is
shot.
lovely though.
Great shot.
And the last one,
Oh wow.
Zarian.
Yeah, this is cool, and it's. I love it because of it's almost the simplicity of the shot.
Yeah.
It's a really cool shot of one of the stations, and obviously the
very,
star. And it's quite close actually, giving it that lovely yellow hue. Is that? I can't tell from here. Is there Thargoid gas around there? I think there might be. Is that under attack? Because
It's a
we're
little
in
on the
distance.
dark
Is it
side,
attacked?
I'd say.
Can you enhance, producer Adam? Enhance. That's really enhanced. I didn't know you could do that. Well, where have you keeping that secret from?
You can
Why
even
did we
pan
just-
around.
This is.
Are you serious?
This is episode 31.
Wow.
You let me sit here and squint at a monitor.
The number of times we've said, our old people
Yeah.
can't see anything. We
I'm
actually
just
get no
looking-
support whatsoever.
Looking
And then
at a
finally,
monitor no bigger than a tea coaster, and you could have been doing this.
amazing.
Brilliant. Thanks, Adam.
Yeah.
Well, now we know. Thanks for enhancing. Can we enhance over to the part I'm looking at, please? Because that is definitely space, but it's a cloud. That is Thargoid damage. That is a Thargoid attacked station.
We need to use this feature a little bit more in future.
Yeah. You know, Sally, the thing is, we can only use features we're aware of, though. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
How long's Adam been here now? 2 years?
I don't know.
A year? Did he celebrate his first year?
I mean, he
Yeah,
might be
yeah.
celebrating his second year if he carries on like this.
Whole year. Oh, well.
I'm teasing.
We wouldn't
Thanks,
be
Adam.
without him, no.
No, we wouldn't. Right.
Right. Okay, good. So you have already heard one of our. You might have heard Max. I'm really excited to share.
Giving away the second guest now, haven't you? First it was update 17, then it was Tom, now it's Max. I thought I was the leaky ship. What's going on? What's happened, Sally? Anyways.
There's no more space left in my head, so it's all coming out. There's nothing where to put it, so it
Right.
will. So you've heard Tom already.
We do have a second guest.
We
Who
have
would
a
it
second
be?
guest who's
Can you guess their name?
To the max, and then is what I wanted to say.
Oh, is it? Is that what it was?
But before we maximise the content on this stream, we got this invisible prize to give away.
Yeah,
We gave one of these away on last stream.
we did.
It's a headset.
Is it? How do you know? How do you know what it is? It's a mystery box.
Yeah. And it's, we'll give you one of these away. We're going to give one of these away. They're Corsair as well, so they're quite fancy. They're haptic feedback. Are these the ones where they do the zzz on your head while you're listening? I don't really know. In order to win this prize, we've got one of those puzzles.
I'm enjoying the slow collapse of Sally. I'm just like, what's happening?
One of those puzzles.
We have one of those puzzles.
Yeah, it's if you can answer this correctly.
Yeah.
So who is this? What name is this? In the chat, we will pick a winner at random.
We will pick a random at random. And you can win this headset that goes bzzz on your head.
Yeah.
And it isn't entirely dangerous.
The
This
thing
is the
we're all
HS.
friends here.
We are
by
all friends here.
now,
This is
so
the Corsair HS60 haptic stereo gaming headset with haptic bass, which I imagine sounds a lot like.
That's a lot of people that know this already.
So yes, just pop in the name, and then our random name plucker will select a winner.
Well, yes. Let's. I'll tell
At some
you what.
point, at some point.
We got two to give away. So
Yeah.
what we'll do is we'll announce the winner of this one. One of our special guests that you have no idea who they are.
Yes, right.
We'll announce
Keep those
the
a secret.
first winner. And then we'll also do a giveaway at the end and the other special guest because there's two.
Is there?
But you don't know that. We'll announce the other winner.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So keep it secret.
We'll have this on for
Keep it secret.
another little
Keep it
minute,
safe.
but it doesn't look like it looks like a lot of people know the answer
All right.
already. So
We need to get the guests on there.
We
'cause they
do, we
need
should-
one of them to pick a winner, right? So we'll keep this
we
running.
should hurry up.
We'll have a transition, and then when we come back, one of our guests will pick the winner. Is that right?
Yeah.
And then we'll do another competition at the end, I guess.
Yeah.
And we'll give away another one of these haptic headsets. So enjoy this transition. What we got here is it's Elite Dangerous Out There. So
Oh, lovely.
yes.
Yes.
So take a look at Even More Incredible Worlds by the incredible, amazing, wonderful Commander
Exorcist.
Exorcist. So enjoy this.
Thank you.
And we're back.
We're back. Look, there's 4 of us.
Ta-da!
Surprise.
Yeah, surprise.
It could have been anyone.
Yeah, we know that one. Here's his voice. Now you've got his face.
The face to make the name.
Tom's here. Tom Kuehl and introducing Max.
Welcome. Big
Max's
07, please, for Max's live stream. Yeah.
It's lovely to see you both. Thank you.
And it allows me to eat another finger of Kit Kat because I'm very, very hungry, chat. So I'm going to eat this Kit Kat, which is very unprofessional, but I need to. So.
How are you both doing?
I'm doing okay. It's been a good stream so far.
Yeah,
I'm
you've
watching
been
from the
sat
side.
over there, haven't you?
I've had my binocs out.
Yeah, taking a look. And then,
This is going to be the last time you ask me to be here early, isn't it? Chipping in from the side.
Does anyone else remember Tom's speedy entrance last time?
Yeah, we were talking about that.
Just taking your helmet off as he got in, like getting in.
Dive onto the set.
Just dive straight in. No, but where would we be without Tom? Always commenting on his short trousers as well.
Well, this is my favourite time of the year because no one comments.
No one comments on
Ordinarily
his
right
short
time to be
trousers.
wearing shorts.
Now makes sense.
Yes. So, for those of you, for those out there that don't know who you are, we'll go with Tom and then we'll go with Max. So, Tom, who are you? What do you do here?
Hello, I'm Tom Kuehl. I'm one of the designers on Elite.
Yep. And Max.
Hi, I'm Max Timms and I'm a graduate gameplay programmer.
Blooming lovely.
There you go.
And so, Tom, what are your key roles and responsibilities on Elite Dangerous? I mean, you've dabbled in a fair bit. This is a bit of a broad question.
Yeah, that's true. So, games designers are generally in charge of sort of setting up the content that you see. Also, I suppose, coming up with it to a certain extent, keeping lots of documentation, doing a little bit on the technical side of things, making sort of horror show lure scripts that people like Max look at and just break down into weeping
And you work
tears.
real closely together. That's
Yes,
why we've
yeah.
sort of got them
Yeah.
as a pair.
Yeah,
Across the
definitely.
room on the same things.
That's true, yeah. It's always one of my favourite ways to work is if you can take a feature and you have a small team where you have a designer, a programmer, maybe an artist, whatever you have, and you can just huddle together and work on something real quick and fast.
And
That's
we'll
actually
learn.
what happened with one of the things.
Pretty much.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
that's what I was going to say. We'll learn about how you actually work together and all that good stuff in a bit. So, Max, really interesting actually. I don't think we've ever had a graduate programmer
Right, okay.
on, so it's so nice to have
It's a
you.
new one.
No pressure, Max.
I'm giving the indication of what a graduate is.
So it'd be really good to know, like, is this your first big thing that you've done?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I had given I'm 24, I had a little bit of time after university, but this is my first big gig doing programming.
Yeah.
I mean, I did various little projects for myself outside of things, but yeah, no, this is my first thing.
How's it feeling?
I'm really enjoying it. I am really enjoying it. It's a bit of a dream for me. I mean, I was since like age kind of 10 and 11 when I was playing games. I've been playing games since I was like 5, and I really wanted to become a programmer, work on games. Yeah, so I'm very pleased.
There's a lot of love for you here, being here and sharing all of this with us.
That's actually, I actually know that name.
Oh,
I know that one.
Hi, Mum.
But no, it's so nice, and I am really excited to know what you two have been working on, and we're going to start off with something that you're all aware of since update 15, and that's the Revenants.
Oh, yeah.
So you've both worked very heavily on the Revenants, haven't you? We've got a little video just to we'll talk over it.
I was gonna say, yeah.
We'll talk over it, but yeah,
I love them so much. I
Spooky
love
boys.
seeing them every single time. It's like Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, well, it is a bit like that, isn't it? The stealthiness is like, vroom.
Yeah.
So I guess the question is, what is the Revenant, Tom?
So, its purpose, its function within the Thargoid society is to occupy enemy territory and deny its use to the humans that they took it from. It's very similar in terms of its creation and its function as the scavengers that we've seen at Imprints, something that the Thargoids have built out of part genetic material, part robotics and engineering and what have you, to serve some purpose that they've dreamed up. And in this case,
Slightly more aggressive than the scavengers, though.
this is a slightly more violent purpose than they've had before, which is nice. It's given us a real opportunity to make something with a bit more of a combat focus,
Yeah, I mean, we talk about the combat aspect of the Revenant. I mean, we were discussing this pre-stream, and there's a lot of stuff to go into and I guess for both of you here, like designing something, you've got some fun stories, which I hope you're going to share with us, like sort of live on stream, like how you make these things challenging,
Yes.
but not like ultra lethal, because you can and did at one point make them ultra lethal, right? So do you want to talk a little bit about how this happened?
Yeah, we accidentally, we needed to make it so that they could hit you when you were hiding behind cover. So we had to make it so that it was possible for them to aim at your heads. But when a beam laser is hitting you directly in the head for 2.5 times damage by sort of 3 or 4 skimmers, you really don't live for very long.
No,
so
that's true.
we had insta-kill skimmers for a little while before. Yeah, we had to take away their ability to actually headshot you.
We did, yeah. Skimmers have got a real funny way that they sort of calculate their angles and things like that, because obviously normally our things that are shooting you are either a spaceship, in which case there's a gun and it points at you, or a human being which is standing upright and they're built to fit all the sort of cover objects and environments around you as well. But as soon as you take a sort of weird spooky blob thing, you'd be like, okay, where are its eyes? Oh. So yeah, we had to come up with a few very interesting sort of custom setups just to get them playing ball with our cover system and things like that as well. Yeah. But I think that was one of the points I was going to come around to and sort of say we needed to create something that would bring all those amazing Odyssey settlements that we worked so hard on back into the sort of Thargoid War and into the content that we're working on again. So this skimmer, had quite a big job to fulfill right from the off, of being all the things you would normally fight if you were attacking a settlement, but with a lovely, horrible.
I remember I'm not sure, it might have been yourself or was showing these off, and we saw the video of approaching the settlement, and there's just this eerie green light, and you're like, oh, I wonder, and then there's just these things floating around, you're like, oh, this is not good, and it isn't good.
It's as you come up to a corner. And you just see the light
shine
over.
Yeah, it was like at the start of that video actually, with all the yellow. They're just like there.
Yeah, and you just know they're watching with their little cone and everything. Yeah. It's scary.
Yeah. And these are a part of like the mission scenarios that went in with update 15, right? So players go to reactivate a settlement, which in and of itself would be a standard mission, which we did enjoy when people saw these for the first time. They were like, because obviously there was a lot going on in update 15.
Yeah.
And then they were like, what is this?
Well, in some ways that was the sort of first step. Those reboot settlements in the recovering Thargoid systems. That reboot mission was kind of the first step in going like, oh, what can we do with that? Can we build something broader than that? And so the thing about this skimmer is it's not just a skimmer, it's a skimmer, and it's a do-over of the sort of navigation area that we have on all of our settlements, and it's a mission, and it's a new scenario, and it's a new state for all these settlements to go into and things like that, and a whole new system of vision for these skimmers to use and to determine, whether they can spot you or not as well, So yeah, it was quite interesting to go back to something, such well-trodden ground as skimmers, and go, okay, this is more than just a fresh coat of paint. We're building an extension on the side of this.
Yeah. No, and I think the response from players has been really, really positive. I mean, I remember seeing, I think, and as well, you've got the balance of difficulty just right, because when players first started, there was I saw a lot of failed attempts.
Yes, absolutely. There were a lot of failed attempts from me while I was developing.
I mean, you guys, you're like, yeah, that's too hard. Too hard.
They were even tougher. I think in the footage we showed at the start, they had, we gave them a health nerf from that one as well. They were quite bullet spongy too.
Yeah.
But I think, one of the crucial things we really wanted to hit with these things was, some of our players have got some mean on-foot equipment, right?
They're engineered to the nines and all that sort of stuff.
And some of our players haven't. Yeah. And you've got to balance some content that fits for both of those. And one of our solutions to that was to say, okay, this mission needs to be approachable in a guns blazing, absolutely nutter,
Go Rambo if you want.
Go Rambo. And if you've got the kit and you can do that and you've got the skills, then go nuts. Yeah. Absolutely. That content is for you to enjoy there. But some of our players are not yet there, so this is to sort of help them get to that state. There's a lot of loot to pick up, and there's a lot of equipment you can get, and unlock on the way. But also, you can play quite smart against these things. You can be stealthy, and you can be careful in the weapons that you choose and the damage types that you deploy against them. You can hide, and you can try and isolate one. You can hit it in the back, or you can, if you really don't have the kit, you can still try and do this mission and just avoid them. If you're careful and you're clever about how you do it, then you can score tons of credits, some good pushback, fight the Thargoids even if it's your first day in the game. That's my hope.
Yeah.
I mean, you will die.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah.
Full disclosure,
No one's
there's
that
a very good
stealthy.
chance you are going to die.
Eventually, yeah.
But theoretically, you can, right? It's a skill test rather than an equipment test.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I mean,
one of my favourite parts about that is if you do bring in a ship and you land it too close, your stealth mission suddenly becomes a suicide mission.
Yeah, yeah, I
which
mean,
is one of my favourite parts. It's like you have to be quick. You're on the time limit, otherwise an interceptor's going to come in and your ship's not going to be there anymore.
I was going to say, because it isn't just the Revenants, obviously they will call in support. And we're going to talk about reinforcements in a second, but I remember we had a competition. We need to announce a winner.
I was going to say,
yeah.
I was kind of thinking, I'll have to save that for a bit, but thank you for
Is the
reminding me.
winner
Sally.
is the
I've
winner
had my Kit
Zachary
Kat now.
Rackham?
I'm back on the level.
Yeah, that's pulling us. Tom,
Oh.
would you like to announce the winner of the competition?
I've lost it.
It's
My eyes have
this
gone
one.
funny.
There we go.
Thank
there we
you.
go.
Commander Andrew Johnson, congratulations.
Congratulations. Sorry that took us a little longer than,
He was just in suspense, and
It
now
was-
he's
I
now
was
he's
so
so much
excited
happier.
to
Now
see
he's so
you.
much happier. Yeah.
But yeah, congratulations, Commander Andrew Johnson.
There are some countries, where it's illegal to wear camouflage things.
Is
it's
it?
like
Really?
purely
How would they know
reserved.
you're wearing it?
Well, exactly.
And it just keeps giving.
It's unstoppable.
It's can't,
It
yeah.
just is unstoppable.
So we were talking about sort of reinforcements. We had the scouts that all come in and have a go at the ship. But they also, if you are laying into the Revenants, right, they'll also bring in reinforcements, right?
Yeah.
And this is a new thing. We hadn't seen this before. Players like, oh, hang on.
So we've had skimmers that pop up out of the ground and things like that, and actually in sort of those imprint sites where it's almost like half buried, it made some sense, right? They're just kind of like shaking out of the ground and coming after you. But in this one, these are human settlements. They've just been occupied. We needed something a little bit more believable than just like, we buried this here a while ago.
Didn't you know?
So we have an incredible loop where a scout will spawn in when it detects when the script, one of my horror lure scripts, sorry.
I've had a look.
When it detects that there's, missing skimmers, missing revenants, and there's been enough time passed, you'll get a skimmer pop in, it comes down. Sarah Avery put together this beautiful little interaction, just the right amount, I think, of like drama to it. And then he'll pop out a few new reinforcements that drift gracefully down into the combat zone.
We've got
For
a
their
video
friends.
of that, haven't we?
Oh, wow.
Actually,
have
I
we?
think
Is
we do.
this or was it the test one you tested with something else? I can't remember
no,
what we got.
We've got the
You got the
shot
real one?
of the
Because there's the scout one. So
There's
the
the scout one and
anecdote
the
here, the anecdote, I was talking to Sally about this earlier, how we obviously didn't just arrive at that. You never really arrive at anything. The first version of anything you make in our game tends to be, whatever, stick it on an asp or something,
See how it works.
Yeah,
exactly.
I
You
can
know,
definitely confirm that.
if it's it's usually a cube before it's anything else, right?
Yeah.
So we had to explore how could we get this working. Okay, we need the ship to go to the right place. We need the skimmers to appear in the right place. We need it all to join seamlessly together. So the first sort of brainwave that crossed our minds was the barnacle interaction, right?
okay, now you've said the one. Yeah, that's the one.
So an interceptor, spoilers for 6-year-old content. But if you go to a barnacle site and you're very lucky and the timing is right, then you'll have an interceptor come down and it does this like energy draw.
You make that sound so romantic. If you're very lucky and the timing is right.
And you buy it a drink.
You buy a drink.
Yeah. And you've been really nice.
And they do this, this incredible drawing out thing, and it's really nice because the interceptor has to go to just the correct places. Very precise bit of like choreography from our game, where often precise choreography is not our thing. We're too big to have that kind of stuff. But this was a great example of it. So the first iteration of this was essentially, right, grab that, what makes it come there? Okay, grab that point to you, stick it all in a level.
It's this, isn't it?
So we had this sort of ever so slightly too dramatic and too terrifying, huge interceptor.
I was amazed when I realized quite how big the ships are in comparison to you as a person. It's absolutely crazy every time.
They're really
I think
wow.
people were surprised as well at how big the scout is.
Yes,
when you're looking at it
huge.
on
Even
foot,
that,
you're like, actually, this isn't so small.
It's a
It
big
looks like a tiny little gubbin
Yeah,
when you're shooting at it with a cannon. But
Yeah.
But my favourite thing with this is, the sky goes black, the ground is shaking, everything's wobbling around. And then the setup I had for it at the end would have like 3 skimmers go like, pop, pop, pop.
Bit of an anticlimax after all this.
yeah.
But this is just the proof of the sort of the testing out, right? To say, look, we can do this, we can telegraph this across, but we just need a better vessel that more actively reflects what's going to be deployed here.
Exactly,
And
this
hence
got
the
us to the
scout
point.
was born into its role of coming in and dropping off its buddies to say, look, go and look for your friends, because down there it might be a nasty human that might have harmed them.
Well, I think the other crucial thing as well from a design perspective is we really like the idea that if you went as a team and you had players in SRVs, players in ships, players on foot, you could have your players in ships taking out the reinforcement ship as it comes in and interrupting the entire flow. You know, buying your commanders on the ground more time.
That was a complicated thing to deal with.
But it worked.
It was a very complicated thing to deal with.
I don't have to think about how complicated it is, though. I just make it so that they can do this.
The designers go, do this, and I'm like, oh.
Please no.
Use the do this button, Max. Have you not shown him the do this button?
You should. I need it more often.
I think it's purple. I don't know.
Oh, right. I'm missing that one on my keyboard. I need a different one.
Right. So, in terms of, obviously, Max, you've worked on some of the bits for the Revenant. So what bits did you sort of have a look at?
My focus was in the combat behaviors. So when it fires its laser or when it fires the missiles at you. So sort of the idea was, when you're in combat, it wants to focus with that laser, it wants to focus on just sort of cutting you up as fast as possible. But as soon as it sort of loses sight of you, we still wanted some way for it to interact with you. We don't want you to be able to stand on top of a building and just sort of, pop in and out of cover. And the missiles, the whole point of them is to fire that up there and sort of flush you out.
Yeah.
And it sort of became, the intention was that there would only be a few, but it's become more of a volley, which I really, really like. They do not want to not see you anymore. As soon as you disappear, there comes 6. Right? Yeah, 6 will come straight at you. You can't be there anymore, and I really like that.
But they also have the sort of the side bonus. If you're on a hillside 1.5 kilometers away and you're trying to sort of snipe at them, they'll sort of go, something hit me, I don't like that.
Yeah.
I think it came from over there. Fire bombs at it.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Well, they used to be even worse at seeing you as well. So we kind of wanted them to be super Metal Gear Solid-y originally, and then we found out if you were really far away and you shot at them and they didn't have a way to respond, they would just look very, very dumb. And we were like, we can't have them be that dumb.
It was definitely hard to do damage to them, right? But players can be very patient.
Oh yeah, with snipers really far away, just taking them down one by one.
The Elite Dangerous players will never surprise you. Well, will never cease to surprise you. Yeah, I mean, so I'm not sure if we have got the video for this. We might do. Do we have the one about the
sticky bomb?
Do we have this? Do we have this one?
I love it.
This is why sticky bombs
context.
can't hit you anymore.
Yeah, so the bomb they used to fire, it used to it used to stick to absolutely everything.
Yeah.
This is what happens if you get hit on the head with one.
Yeah. So they now bounce off you and
Go
stick
again,
on the floor.
Adam, I want to see it.
I don't know why this makes me giggle. This does make me giggle.
Can I do a shout out as well? I don't think this clip has final audio. Definitely won't have final audio in it. But the actual sound these things make as they're sort of coming towards you as well is it's proper Brown Alert stuff. I really like it. Or you hear one and then you hear it suddenly stop and you look down and you sort of, that movie moment is like, oh no!
No!
But we like to show, and this is why we love having you on, to get you in trouble mainly, Tom, by showing us stuff that was in design. And obviously, but this is a process you go through, right? It was an idea that we thought, actually, they'll stick to everything, but then in reality, it doesn't make for the greatest or most serious of experience when this thing is bombing around on your head like it's trying to give you a little cuddle.
Yeah, you have to unfortunately sometimes compromise your vision to face reality.
There was actually another problem that we had for a little while that was a bug that was messing with me for ages. They would spawn out of the scout and then sort of just stack in a nice big tall sort of pole. It was really nice. It's like they were sort of presenting themselves like, look, here's all 6 of us in a nice pole.
Like a mega
deadly stack.
Like a Power Rangers version of it. Maybe they were.
They would see you, and then all of them would fire missiles in a nice big stack, and you'd get it was very scary.
Maybe it's like the Power Rangers version, like a Megazord version of the Revenants, all just stacked together.
They connect together.
Well, you used to get another one where if there was one above another one and it fired its little vertical missile thing, it would then hit the one above it and send it spiraling off into the distance.
Yeah, because it had a physics effect when it hit things. Yeah.
Maybe what we'll do, maybe if we're allowed, we're probably in trouble anyways for showing it, but we'll dig around. Maybe for something like Christmas or something, maybe we have a blooper reel or something, you can find some stuff. I think we would love to see some of this sort of stuff.
Get a bit of yakety sax on the back of it.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I think we can have a little look, see some of the stuff that you guys, it must be fun sometimes. I mean, it must be frustrating as well when you're like, this is not how it's intended, but there must be but it is funny.
It is.
It's all steps along the path to what you players finally get to see, right?
I love that.
It's never just like, oh, we did the thing and now the thing is
It's
done.
done.
It just happened the first time. One take.
So many times I have something happen and I'm like, can I ask the designers if we can keep that? Like, this is so funny. Can I keep this in? Yeah. They say no.
All right. I am super conscious of time.
Oh my God, is it
But
time?
it is time. I think I'm receiving. There is something coming in. One of our deep undercover, deep space.
Something out of the window.
Do we have some footage?
Something a
Look
long
out
way
of
away.
the window.
Something
Coming
on the
in.
wing.
Could be anyone.
Adam.
Ooh, it's.
That doesn't look like a glaive.
Oh, it's
What
so
was
eerie.
what was that?
It's so eerie.
What was that?
I love that. I love it so much.
What was happening there? I've actually got look, the hair on my arm is standing up. But that was strange.
Definitely.
Not seen that before. Now, that's a sneaky peek.
There's redacted content here.
Redacted content of
stuff.
something
Yeah.
players may be getting to see in update 16. She said it's coming in the first week of August.
yeah.
We might show this footage again. We probably will do.
Yeah.
Now we're going to ask you about it because you're both heavily involved in this sort of what this is. We're not going to tell you too much about it because there's some story elements to this we don't want to ruin for people, and we want you to go and investigate it and obviously experience this for yourselves. But how fun is it to work on something that's as new as this?
Oh, it's great. It is really, really fun. Like, to be involved in the process from sort of, the first bits of code to finally seeing it working, it's always amazing every single time. To go from, the concepts, the prototypes, all the messy bits, all those sorts of videos, and then getting to a finished product. Every time I see the finished product, I'm like, wow, we made that.
Yeah, that's it.
And now this is, I think it's fair to say, I think we have clarified, we can say this is a class of hunter. It's a variant. We're not going to tell you what it's called.
Max is taking his drink like this.
We're going to tell you what it's called.
Gotta be very careful.
Like what we're finding, like the glaive, it has a very dedicated sort of way of operating. It knows what it wants to do. It's very specific about what it's doing.
Yeah.
Is this variant also very specific about
Your
what it's doing?
hypothesis is it must have some sort of function.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it must have a
Definitely is
role to
grounded.
play. Does it have a role to play?
Yes, the scythe
Never mind, doesn't matter. Move on.
may be equipped.
Klaxon.
Sound klaxon. It may be equipped with a few things.
It might
Yeah.
have a few tricks up its sleeve. I
It
think.
may be.
So this is, we say it's a new variant. It's got some new weaponry, which is, I'm fair to say, I think I'm right in saying it's brand new. Like this, players will not experience this particular weapon.
I think not just weaponry, but equipment, behaviours.
Behaviours. It's going to be an experience, and that players are going to need to work out exactly what it's doing, why it's doing it, and yeah. So what's the like? It's got a role to play.
Yes.
How is it designing something like this to work in conjunction with all the objects around it? Because is this from your perspective? Is this something difficult? Where do you start?
So I think years and years ago, when I first came on your streams talking about the Scorpion, we talked about how sometimes when you're designing things with Elite, you have to start with a problem, right? And say, we have to achieve this in the narrative. We have that point going forward. We need this new challenge for the players. How do we go about achieving that? So something like new content. Oh God.
It's so dangerous. It's stressful.
So stressful, isn't it?
It's stressful, yeah.
Creating a new piece of
Much
content.
Welcome to our life every day.
Yes.
Yeah.
When you're making a new piece of content like this, it's great to sort of focus on what is the problem we're solving with something like this. What do we need this to provide, and what is it going to give to the players? We've got that focus. I can't say too much more.
Okay.
Because otherwise I will be
It is a
giving the
great
game away.
focus. It is a great focus.
But yeah, it definitely is here to
Do something.
To do something, it has a very specific role.
Shall we play the video again?
I was going to say, I think
Just
chat.
to
Do you
make-
want to chat? Do we want to
Can
see the
we
video again?
Turn the audio up a little bit as well, Adam. Just to see what it's like. I don't want to deafen anybody, but we want to hear. We like hearing it as well. So we are.
It's so eerie, and
Are those burning ships?
Noise. Aye.
Reminds me
Someone said it sounds like a predator. It's so unnerving. It's so unnerving. Like it's
The bees.
Creepy.
They sound like a swarm of.
yeah.
I mean, they are kind of they are.
Yeah, it's,
anyway.
I can't wait for Robin to be on to be like, actually, we did that with a couple of maracas.
Yeah.
just like they just
Right.
play
It's not what Robin
like
sounds
just
like.
playing the spoons.
yeah, one of the best Robin impressions I've ever heard.
that and the jazz flute.
Yeah.
So yeah. I mean, obviously we spoke earlier on in the show about update 16 coming when it's arriving. It's the first week in August. There's other content being involved, which we're not talking about, obviously, and that's going to be there for you to discover as you go along, as always. But we did want to show you something to say, look, there's a lot of work that goes into this sort of stuff, right? Like, just talking to you guys just now, it's us saying, like, it's got a purpose. I know we're being deliberately obscure with this because we are super, super conscious that we just want you to work out for yourself with the enjoyment we see on streams. And I know you guys watch them.
I'm in enough trouble already as well.
of players solving mysteries is always part of our. It's actually our payback, right? So you get to enjoy it, but we actually get to enjoy you enjoying it. Yeah, makes sense. But it's a huge amount of work, right? This something that you've just built here takes months and months and months of from from concept to proving out to seeing how it looks. I mean, it looks unlike anything else. Again, at that bit at the end where it turns and just sort of moves away. It's like it's done what it needs to do, and it's. I don't like it. I don't like it, and I remember when. Sorry, Sally.
No.
We're so used to being the focus of attention.
Yeah, it's
right?
like
From Thargoids.
What's it? You exactly that. You're not being jumped on. It's not that noisy from this video. It just seems like it's doing.
I'm not going anywhere near it.
Yeah,
something.
I do not. I definitely don't want to touch that.
Over there, and it's like you don't want to go.
What's
But
interesting?
What are you doing?
What's interesting about this is seeing chat's reaction to this tease of what's coming in update 16 to their initial reaction of the glaive, because I remember when they saw the glaive for the first time and chat was like, "Oh, it's cute. It's a fidget spinner." I think they've learnt now.
It was also not very cute in the end. There were a lot of complaints.
Yeah, it was not. It's not a cute looking ship. It isn't a friendly ship. It's quite savage. It's quite brutal. It is aggressive. But now chat looked at this and they were like, "Oh, I don't like this. This is immediately." And I think some of it is audio, but some of it is obviously just the way it's moving and the way it looks. It looks like you aren't going to be anywhere near this sort of thing. So ominous.
It was an interesting challenge to make it move like that. Actually, with the AI to try and get it to be that kind of.
How do you do that? So what's the difficulties you find?
Ooh, there are a lot of things that I can't say, but it's just a sort of complex sequence of trying to get the correct operations to happen at the correct time.
Yeah.
There was a time.
Oh yeah, carry on. Tom.
Back in the Dark Age, sorry, Sally.
No, carry on.
Where we literally had a big document that defined, turn 30 degrees to the left, turn 40 degrees to the left, whatever. And essentially the AI was just fed a series of instructions. So they would have a goal, I guess, which is, get behind the enemy ship, and then would sort of go, what could I do to do that then? I've got all these turns, maybe I'll pick a turn. And then and then when it had picked its instruction, it would sort of do that. I'm going to assume.
Much better system than that now.
Oh, thank goodness. But that, I think, was the last time I looked at it and understood it. So it's probably...
No, it's pretty sophisticated at this point to try and... Yeah, I can't really reveal a huge amount about it, but yes, it's...
But when you decide, it's not just for this new thing, who talks first about how it should move? How does that conversation start and how does it get to
you guys speak first about what vision you want to happen, and then me and the rest of the AI group work together on how we're going to really get that to occur.
Right.
So again, you
You've
start
got
with
a
a problem,
vision
right?
and a design.
And then the vision or the problem defines the vision.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of communication that comes afterwards, and there's a lot of like
a lot of
spaceship hands.
iteration.
Oh,
yeah.
interpretive
a lot of that.
dance.
Yes.
As
Yeah.
well, and we're trying to Tom's
And
like this.
we want this, we can't, can we do this?
Yeah.
All these sorts of things.
Yeah.
And
No,
sometimes,
it's cool.
sometimes you end up sort of saying, you know, oh, we really want it to be able to get behind you really
Yeah.
quickly, and then we come away, you know, go away for a week, come back and review it, and they've made a thing where it sort of goes, and it's suddenly,
nice.
Yes.
and you sort of have to go, oh, that's not quite what you meant.
Maybe too fast.
Yeah.
And there's a
and
big
you-
sort of learning process as well, I think, as you go on, where you learn how to communicate exactly what you want to, like, not just at a team level, but to individuals, right?
Yeah.
Like you have, we have a great cast of characters making our game,
Yes.
and each of them you learn how everyone likes to communicate, and you learn what the best way is to like get what you want across.
Yeah.
There was a similar situation with the glaive, actually. I think we really wanted it to kind of zip around it far away from you because we wanted to stay around a kilometer away and have it zip around so it looked like it was moving kind of extremely quickly, sort of like, I don't know,
Like
kind
a
of
Dragon Ball Z
like a
character,
yeah,
right,
like a
where it
Beyblade,
phases
or
out
like
and is over there.
And we started trying to implement that, and we found out, okay, so our game is physics-based. If we want it to zip around so that from you as an observer, you have this zippy glaive moving around, it has to move at about 3,000 speed, and we were like, that's maybe a little bit too fast.
There's no getting away from that one.
The trouble is you can't give it a top speed of 300
Yeah.
or whatever,
Yeah,
3,000, and then be like,
3,000.
but don't use it all the time.
Yeah,
please.
use it sometimes.
It's like, I'm going to use it all the time.
Yeah, they
Running away, are
definitely,
you? I don't think
killed
you
you.
are.
They definitely killed you at that point.
I think it's fair to say that what we see on the screen is obviously it's a new, I don't know, addition to the arsenal of the Thargoid war machine
Yes.
that we're seeing coming into play. We've established that it will definitely have a particular role. What that role is, we're not going to tell anyone. They have to work it out. But I love the fact that as we're seeing this war evolve, we're seeing more and more of the Thargoid war machine in action. And so we've had, obviously, the Titan. We've seen the Titan now. That was, I guess, in fairness, although we couldn't see it, it was probably the first thing that came in, right? It was hidden in the maelstrom. So it was the orchestrator of, like, here's all this stuff that's coming into the galaxy. And then we had, obviously, the Glaive, we've had the Revenant. And now we've got this new thing coming in, and they're all serving a purpose. The Revenant is doing something;
Yeah.
it's denying areas that are taken by Thargoids from humans. The Glaive is in, really doing something quite specific. Well, I don't remember for players who haven't quite worked this out yet, but it's doing something very specific. And now this new one's going to come in and not fit within that. Is it hard to make?
Well, not forgetting, of course, the Big Mama herself.
Oh,
The custard factory.
The Titan, yeah, who's putting all the strings for what's going on.
Yeah.
Is it hard to make all the varying AIs work in tandem with each other? Like, because I'm sure there'll be stuff like, well, this particular unit's doing this, so you don't do that whilst I'm doing this, or I need you to do this before I can do that.
Well, you guys really want them to be a kind of collective unit, sort of. They act as an army actually would.
Yeah.
And so that then means, there's various ways that you can make these ships kind of communicate with each other, and I think there's some very new ways that they're going to be communicating with each other coming
So
up,
one of my-
which is, very exciting.
One of my favourite talks on games design is by a chap who was a lead designer on Halo 2. And he talks about how they adjusted the time between shots on the sniper rifle from 0.7 seconds to from 0.5 to 0.7 seconds.
Yeah.
And it's an hour-long talk just about how sometimes balance comes down to such finicky little numbers. But in that talk, he talks about how the number of weapons they have in Halo is exactly linked to the number of roles they envisage for players. So they have one sniper rifle because they think that sniper is a role. They have one shotgun because they think, sort of breaching, things like that. And the roles define the weapons. I think Elite is a huge game, right? It's got years and years of content, and it stacks and stacks and stacks on top of each other. Some of it is more balanced than others. Ho-hum. But when you have something where you can say the starting point is this role, it makes a lot of the other things easier, right? Because you can use that role to inform the utility of what it's doing.
Yeah, I think it's very, very. Obviously, we've had it's full disclosure chat, and obviously we do know exactly what this unit is. It's very exciting to see what you've achieved with this. I actually can't wait to see players investigate this, because I've been enjoying watching players with the glaive and working out different ways to evade it or escape it or to be undetected by it or to outrun it, what ships, what builds, so it's
Outrun it.
yeah, literally like
They can try. They can try.
and all this sort of stuff, and the same with the Titan. I mean, the Titan obviously involves a lot of crashing into the
Membrane?
Yes, the membrane.
Oh, I don't even know if I like that one.
So there's a lot of crashing against the Titan and stuff like that, which is great to see. And I can't wait to see the boffins start looking at whatever this is and seeing what it's doing, what happens when they interact with it, and what it provides them. It'll be interesting to see.
I think so long as they get good and like have a really close look.
I mean, if you want to have a really close look, you go have a really close look. I'll be on the back watching you have a really close look.
Yeah.
From far
Probably in
away.
the next system, mate. Just let me
All
know.
right, we've got 15 minutes left. We've got some more stuff to give away. But I do want to play the video again because I think, chat, we should play it one more time.
Yeah, good idea.
Have you got more stuff? I can't see any stuff.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tom.
No, there's yellow boxes there.
yeah.
But
There's nothing on them.
nothing that's in them.
All right, so one more time, we're gonna have a look. We're if you're on your phones or whatever before we play this video, I urge you to. And by the way, it's not because I'm saying there's a secret in this at all.
No.
Just to save you all some time. Just to hear the audio because it's gnarly and creepy. So
Full screen on this one, Adam. Full screen, man. Hey, mine's just gone off. There we go.
So there we go. I mean, it does.
so eerie,
It's
it's so
horrible. It's really, really horrible.
Yeah, it's somewhat uncomfortable when you're developing with it as well.
Yeah, I mean, you can hear it a lot, I guess.
Spawning it in, and it goes like.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that at all. Because some of the other Thargoid noises are quite, like I've said this before, I said this to Robin, I was like, some of them are quite somber, like, especially when they die. I'm like, for about a millisecond, by the way, chat, you know where I stand on Thargoids.
But I think the sound
You're
that
not an enemy
follows
of the
that
state.
is yay!
caustic damage detected.
Yeah.
Forget every time.
So look, it's been great to have you guys on as always. We've got another competition time which is going to run in a second, but I do want to ask you whilst you're here because you can't escape. Once update 16's out in the wild, and we can, I'm hoping by the time we have the next stream, I'm sure there'll be some heavy science that have taken place. We can have another chat, maybe have both of you back on again to talk about some things in more detail and actually say like, look, this is what it's doing, this is some difficulties behind it, if you would like to.
I would love to. I can't make any promises because I've got to figure out my
Of
dear
course,
children.
no,
schedule.
of course. So we'll
Can I shout out my kids?
absolutely
Yeah.
can.
Hi, Amy.
Absolutely
Hi,
can.
Jess.
There you go. Yeah, there we go. Whilst anyone else, anyone who shout?
No, not yet. I'll wait for the next time.
All right. Okay. No worries. Sally, anyone who shout? I mean, we can shout who we want.
How's it going? We see
Hi,
you
Mum.
all the time.
Oh, apart from Ian, who I've noticed.
Hi,
Look at you.
Ian.
There we go. Look at that. So we want to give away some more goodies. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb here, and Sally, I'm going to go off piste here and say the next stream,
Which is on the 20th of July.
20th of July. Should we give away a bigger prize?
Yes. Yes.
Give away a bigger prize. So
Yeah.
on the next stream,
Massive headset.
Fine.
yeah, it's
really
the
big
same headset, but it's just for a giant head. On the
It's for the
next
Titan.
stream,
Yeah.
Titan.
I'm going to give away. Say I.
My
we.
own thing. Like a little colourful.
We've got a lovely monitor to give away, I think.
Oh, monitor. Okay.
We've got a nice monitor to give away, so
Yeah.
we're going to give that away next stream. But there'll only be one competition next stream because it's a big one.
I'll be
Where's
monitoring
Bruce?
that closely.
What is Bruce? Max said.
What is
That's a really good question.
what even is Bruce? He's the double denim backstabbing.
So no,
he's wonderful.
He's
Bruce
hard
is.
Yeah,
working.
used to be one of our
Bruce-
community
yeah.
managers here on
I
Elite
see,
Dangerous.
I
And
see.
he's now
He
working
is-
on Formula One, doing
Oh,
an
cool.
exceptional job.
Cool.
Yeah.
Amazing work, Bruce.
Yeah, big
We do
fan
miss
of-
you.
Brothers
Big
across
fan
the
of
hall.
steak Garrido.
Yeah.
We'll get him back one day for a special stream where he can undoubtedly kill me by mistake.
Yeah.
By mistake.
Never.
If you ever want to watch Bruce in action, there's,
Yeah.
there's a very good stream where we're playing Odyssey and we're at a camp and he calls me over to help him fight some, I think it's just fight some raiders. And as I come over, I save him, literally save him, and he gets in the SRB and like, whatever you do, don't run me over. And he goes, okay, and literally proceeds to run me over.
It's just the most well-repeated gaming experience. The person you save just ends up killing you.
Yeah. But that's Bruce. Bruce, it was an accident, Greedo. It was a legit accident. I didn't mean to do it. The 17 times I've killed you. Anyways, competition. Sorry, Sally, you're tapping away because you're giving me the hints that I'm not paying attention.
We got another headset to give away for answering working out another name. Who is? Oh, sorry. Yeah. Can you decode this name?
Invisible
Radaha.
research development.
Some of the people, honestly, some of you guys are so absolutely ridiculously quick.
I've got
Wow,
David.
they are.
I know.
Wow.
Come on.
Can anyone make Braven?
Braven?
With
David.
Braven?
There's a lot of A's in there for David Braben. I'm not going to lie. But,
We've got Devad or something like that. Yeah, no, they are good. They are good.
We're going to go random. Well, let's pan out for a little bit.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, we've got 10 minutes.
Yeah,
One of the questions I do want to ask,
question.
actually, when we never really asked the guests, and we should do, is like, because a lot of the people that watch are obviously fans of the development team and the work you do, but how did you get into development? Like, what got you involved? Like, what was your, if you can, brief journey into gaming? Like, how did it start and how did you find your way in? Because people are always asking us, like, how do I become a game dev or a community manager? And I have answers for community manager stuff, but game dev stuff, I'm like, I don't know.
I'm going to let Max go first because he is way more relevant on this.
Well, I like I mentioned earlier, I've been a gamer sort of all my life, and I really always wanted to become one, and then so I decided, I'll do maths, I'll do computer science. These are probably the two best subjects for getting into programming specifically. And after university, I just started applying. I started working on my own little projects. I started applying for as many jobs as I could within the correct sector, and then in the end, I was lucky enough to end up here with all these lovely people who, I'm a big fan. And I've been here I think it's about 5 months now, and I've really, really enjoyed it. So for anyone who is in that position, who's sort of just out of uni and applying, I would say keep going. And it is as fun as you think it is.
Yeah. It does take time. Not
yes.
Always,
no.
Not
It's
always the most
absolutely,
organised.
Yeah.
In terms of getting back to people after they apply as well. So don't ever be disheartened if you don't get an immediate response from someone.
It's not all not all fun either. There is hard work to be done, but on the whole, it's very, very satisfying, and it is really, really, really good. I would recommend it to anyone.
All right, thank you very much. So, okay, before we announce the competition winner, I'm going to go through just a quick overview of the show. So obviously we talked through the standard stuff about hopefully you've all earned your Twitch drops. Today was the last day to earn the I think the snake wrap Twitch
ones.
drop. Yeah, that's
the worst thing about being on this stream. I don't get my drops.
Just log in on your phone. Obviously we talked about the applications for the partner program. They'll be coming around in I think it's a month or so. I don't know the exact date. Sorry, I've been busy with other bits and bobs, but I'm sure we get an exact date for you. But we did reiterate we have an issue where if you had applied and then had to reapply, there was a bug and it wasn't picking you up. That bug has been addressed and fixed. So we will be contacting those people again very shortly. We also mentioned about sort of the criteria for it, and yes, it's been adjusted, but the partner program really is for content creators. So because it's designed to support content creators. However, that said, we have listened to people from maybe websites or third-party tools. We'll look at ways we can maybe showcase or shout out some of those amazing things that you do on those as well, and support you guys there. We'll went through some of the in-game news. So we've got the default switch from legacy mode to live mode. That's going on Monday morning. I believe it's around about 11 o'clock. Things may change. We'll keep you informed, obviously, on the day. There's a link on the forum, which I've forgotten the exclamation mark for, but it will be a forum.
I don't think we have it, but oh my goodness. We didn't do this.
Yeah.
So
QR code.
Yeah, Adam set up a QR code for anybody that wants to go to the forums.
So many new features
Mate,
in this one.
Can you
Zooming in on
believe it?
photos,
Can you
QR
believe
codes.
it?
I know, right?
We get our own QR code. This opens up
He
the
doesn't
forum.
speak much, but he does do stuff back there. He's busy doing
lot.
stuff.
He does a
Bravo.
lot.
So you can
Right,
use the
everything.
QR code. This is something we're just playing around with. You can use the QR code to go to the forum and have a look at that post that the wonderful Sally put out today. They give you all the details on how it will affect you as a player. It's not a biggie, and it's a one-time thing. Once it's happening, it's just for us to make sure that the actual, when you buy the game, the game it installs is the live game rather than the legacy version.
Yeah.
We've talked about what's upcoming. We've got Update 16, which is the first week in August, which is really exciting. We said that we understood and heard the feedback on how well received the stability patch was, and it's something we absolutely do want to look at doing again. It's not as easy as just popping them in, but we are absolutely aware that's something you want to do, so we are looking at doing that. And if we can squeeze one in between the also announced Update 17, we will do that for you today. So Update 17 is also, we confirmed that today that there will be an Update 17. It will be coming later on in this year.
Yeah.
We went through some of the fixes. I won't go into that too much details, but if you want to look at the fixes from Update 15.02 and 15.01, you can use U1501 and U1502 to have a look at those. Looked at Galnet, looked at some of our wonderful creator highlights, including the Stellarium and the new exploration that's going on in deep space. We looked at the build your own SRV Scarab. We looked at the tunnel vision from the wonderful Alec. There's a couple of videos there and links in the chat and stuff, so please have a look at those videos. They're amazing. And then we had these two wonderful guests on to talk through about the Revenant. And then he brought us a little surprise package of a clip of something very sinister that's coming in Update 16. So, yeah, a pretty jam-packed show today.
It's lovely.
But before we go, there's one more piece of business we have to attend to, which is the winner.
Oh, God, you scared me then. I was like, I don't know what he's going to say. Oh, no.
We're off script.
We're off script again. Where's it going?
Now, listen here, Sally.
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
You're the one giving out the guest names.
Wild card.
All right, don't start giving it to me
Wild
about.
card today.
Don't know
You
what I'm going to be
actually
saying.
really well behaved today.
Thank you.
And yeah, I think that's
Do I get a
where
star on the
my-
chart?
Yeah, gold stars
I'll get a
all
gold
right,
star
though.
on the chart.
Many thumbs up.
Yeah, thank you.
Maybe that's what we were. That's why I came out of my shell, because we were lacking that absolute horror.
The
that
rogue
you
show
can
that is
bring.
Arthur.
First thing for the scientists to discover is how many thumbs does this new Thargoid thing have, yeah?
It's important.
How many thumbs?
And are they up or down?
Opposable thumbs.
They're on the back, on the front. You know, where are they?
Max,
yes.
would you like to announce the winner that I've highlighted from the random generator?
It is Rosa Tequila. Congratulations.
It's a party.
Ah.
Yeah.
Great, Rosa
Congratulations.
Rosa Tequila, congratulations. You've won yourself the invisible headset from Corsair.
Oh,
well done. Oh,
important thing.
Yes.
I'll be reaching out to you via Twitch. No, I won't. Yes, Twitch. So please make sure that your DMs are open, because sometimes our winners have private, which
and then I have to keep the prizes, which is a real shame.
we don't want that.
Can I keep it? It looks really nice.
Well,
Does it?
it's
I
a yellow
can't see
box
it.
to me. It's a yellow box.
That's going to buzz your noggin, man. You don't.
Oh, maybe I need it. It's like a massager while I'm doing my work.
But there is one more thing we would like to do. You're looking surprised.
still
But
don't
you were the
know
one that
what
reminded
I'm
me.
literally
You were the
at
one
the
that
end of-
reminded me, Sally.
Oh,
would
this
like,
one?
We would like to wish
Heather.
Yes.
Heather G.
Heather G, congratulations. The
on
warmest,
your
the most amount of love we can send you on your engagement from all of us here at Frontier Towers. You're a wonderful human being. Congratulations on this piece of amazing news.
Thank
so
you
congratulations.
all to our mods,
Yes.
obviously, for having amazing times with us.
Yes, which leads on to our thank yous and our goodbyes for this month's show. So thank you, Tom. Thank you, Max, for being wonderful, wonderful guests. Thank you, Sally, for being the greatest co-host that I have with me on today's show. Thank you for all of you watching us, as always. Thank you to the producer, Adam, for your tireless work on showing us how to enhance a photo 31 episodes into Frameshift Live.
We can use that so
Got
much
real
now.
enhancing now, yeah. The tech.
Thank you
The rod for your own back.
thank you to all of our mods, as always, in the chat, working really, really hard. Thank you to all the team that work behind the scenes to get the show on the road. Thank you to our wonderful development team, who we only got 2 on today, but you're working really, really hard. Can't wait to see Update 16 in a while. We know you're all there, and you know you're all working hard, and that includes QA, Loke, all the people that work on getting this stuff out into the wild.
Yep.
We love you dearly. Thank you for your hard work. We will see you on the 20th of July. Stay safe and stay away from whatever that thing is. 07, Commanders.
07.
7.